A small seed sprouts from the dirt. A caterpillar wraps itself in a cocoon and emerges with wings. A tight green bud unfurls into a brightly colored flower. These are the quiet transformations that happen right outside our windows. Seeing these things prompts an immediate question. Why do these events happen exactly the way they do? A thick textbook or a sterile laboratory can make science feel like a static list of facts to be memorized for a test. But science is truly an active verb. It is a continuous, methodical way of thinking, observing, and doing. It is an engine powered by human curiosity. The drive you had as a toddler asking why until your parents ran out of answers is the exact same engine that fuels all scientific discovery. Take a common daily frustration. You are taking notes, and suddenly your pen stops leaving ink on the paper. This diagram maps the scientific method. First, you notice the pen stopped, an observation. You guess the cartridge is empty, a hypothesis. You check the cartridge, your experiment. If it's empty, you reach your conclusion. If full, you loop back to guess again. This step-by-step logic applies to everything. You try a different flashlight switch. You adjust a cold room's thermostat, or troubleshoot a flat-baked cake. You practice the scientific method daily. Formal science simply takes that everyday problem-solving reflex and aims it at the broader mysteries of the universe. In the kitchen, placing a pot of water on the stove lets you observe heat transfer. Thermal energy moves from burner to liquid, causing steam. If you bake bread, you are running a biological experiment. You add yeast, a microorganism that ferments the dough's sugars. This process produces carbon dioxide gas, which gets trapped and causes the bread to rise. Walk outside after a storm and watch a puddle. Over a few hours, the water disappears. That small sidewalk observation connects directly to the global weather patterns that keep our planet alive. This diagram illustrates the mechanics of the water cycle. Liquid water turns to vapor and rises, a process called evaporation. As it cools in the atmosphere, it gathers into clouds through condensation. Finally, gravity pulls it back down as precipitation, like rain or snow. Because this cycle distributes water differently, plants and animals must adapt to survive. A cactus develops thick stems to store water in a desert, while mountain pines grow flexible branches to shed heavy snow. By applying this cycle of constant observation, we connect the behavior of the food on our plate directly to the global ecosystem. Human knowledge accumulates over centuries, layering observation upon observation. Every new discovery adds more detail to our understanding of the universe. In the 17th century, Sir Isaac Newton made a historical leap in logic by paying attention to something entirely ordinary. Watching an apple fall, Newton realized the force pulling it down also governed the moon's orbit. Scientific understanding is constantly evolving. Clearer observations frequently force us to shift our conclusions to fit newly discovered facts. For decades, we counted 9 planets. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union reviewed new telescopic data, voting to reclassify Pluto as a dwarf planet. Refining our understanding based on new evidence is the core of the scientific process. Because humans persisted with this cycle of curiosity and testing, we reshaped the physical constraints of our reality. We applied observations of physics and lift to wood and canvas, becoming a species that controls the skies. We tested the properties of metals and radio frequencies until we could instantly transmit a human voice across entire oceans. And we scaled up Newton's gravitational math until we could move beyond the Earth and leave footprints in lunar dust. The world is full of unknowns waiting to be discovered. Next time you see rain falling, a bird soaring, or a device breakdown, do not just walk past it. Ask why it happened. Equipped with curiosity and the scientific method, you are an everyday investigator on a lifelong adventure of discovery.